Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be trying to showcase the basics of the Doom and kind of like a small guide on how to use him and what he can do. So to begin with, let's talk about the Doom in general. He's a champion that has huge armor and critical resistance, therefore he is made extremely tanky. He can take a punch and he most certainly can take a hit in the block. So when you are using Doom, keep that in mind that the blocked hits probably won't hurt him too much. Additionally, he is shock and armor break immune, and shock immunity is a relatively rare and scarce resource, so he is like a perfect champion for EMP modification and many different kind of like shock based damage nodes. And there is a lot of different tricks hidden in Dr. Doom, and he has a potential for an insanely great damage output, which is going to be what I'm going to try and showcase here. So we are going to start with basic rotation of Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom is able to place a passive stun on opponent whilst charging heavy attack if that opponent has a shock debuff active. Every medium hit is guaranteed to place a shock debuff on opponent if opponent does not have shock debuff there already. So he's one of those champions that can chain a heavy attack to his regular combo. You must remember that you can do up to 4 hits in the combo before you cannot finish the combo and then immediately try and chain the heavy attack again. The most typical rotation, as we can see here, was a simple parry, medium, 3 lights, the shock was still active, and then I chained my heavy attack to it. It's just quite that simple. So as you can see here once again, so you go with the parry, and then as soon as you launch your first medium, shock debuff is placed since he wasn't under shock already. You do a 3-hit combo, and then you can always safely, guaranteed 100%, go into your heavy attack unless opponent is stun immune or unless opponent does not have this shock debuff active. So that is a thing that you have to keep in mind. Next thing that we're going to be looking for is probably the most important thing in this entire video, and that is the Bible of Dr. Doom. So you want to use your level 3 when opponent is close to at least 2 bars of power, as close to his own level 3 as possible. If he's just under 2 bars of power, that will be quite enough. After your level 3, you want to do double medium hit and go into a new combo starting out with 3 light hits and then 2 medium hits. Use your level 1, that will give you 2 bars of power, and then you can immediately shoot off unblockable level 2 and deal a lot of damage. So that is his standard rotation on how he deals pretty much the most amount of damage in vast majority of the fights, because with that rotation most opponents are going to be going down, because that adds a big fury, a big level 2 with a lot of damage. So here you can see once again we are going for a medium, and then we are starting a new combo with a light. We are doing 3 lights to steal as much power as we can, and then the mediums to push Winter Soldier back to 3 bars of power. Now why is that important? It's quite simply because your level 1 steals more power based on opponent's power bar. If opponent is at 3 full bars of power, you gain the optimal power steal, which will enable you to jump straight back to level 2. So you are using your medium and light hit combination to make sure that the opponent is at level 3 when you are executing kind of like your playstyle combo. So that is just quite that simple. Whilst Hazardous Aura is active, your light hits also power steal, so that enables you to get to your special attacks quicker, even if you're not running Mystic Dispersion. As we can see in this fight, Winter Soldier has 0 buffs. And now we are looking at maybe kind of like a third more important thing about Dr. Doom, and that is the double fury method, which is effectively doing the same thing as we did before, getting to our level 3, doing a medium, light, medium combo, going into our level 1. Then instead of shooting off level 2, we immediately put up our block to make sure that the opponent does not throw their special attack. Then they're going to do a couple of hits in your block, and then you can basically push yourself back up to level 3 again by being able to power steal and chaining your heavy attack at the end of the combo, and then you can go for level 1 and level 2 combo and deal incredible amounts of damage. Now, for a regular fight, this I believe is a fight in Quest 1 of Variant 4, just to showcase that the damage output you get from a single Fury rotation is likely going to be more than enough to finish out a vast majority of the fights. Additionally, this Namor has a strike back node, which Doom actually benefits from. Any node that increases opponent's power gain typically is going to be benefiting Dr. Doom incredibly, because the more opponent power has, the more opponent you can steal. And that makes it easier for you to throw your special attacks and keep your rhythm going. And Dr. Doom has this unique playstyle where for vast majority of the fight, it doesn't really matter what opponent does. The main thing is what you do and whether you keep your combinations and whether you make the right judgment calls when to go for level 1, 2, or 3, so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. Playing Doom is much like disabling AI from vast majority of the options they could potentially make. And obviously Dr. Doom is a Mystic character, so he highly benefits from Mystic Dispersion Mastery, which is going to be one of the things that I'm going to showcase in this match. This is 645, I believe, X23 with a Lionheart and Arc Overload. So as I mentioned before, when you can go for your heavy attacks from your regular combo, and that also places stagger on opponents. Now that stagger is extremely useful tool to be used in order to control buffs, but as soon as you activate your Aura Hathoroth while level 1 or level 3, you gain immensely potent ability to nullify a buff 30% of the time per each contact you make with opponent, and then level 1 has more nullification in it, and in reality it's going to just simply look like you're going to be completely nullifying all of the buffs. Now I did make a small mistake along the way there, and that is the reason why I'm going to go for additional level 3, but at the same time each of these expiring and or nullified buffs will just fuel your Mystic Dispersion, and you will spend entire fight basically siphoning in between level 1, 2, and 3 special attacks with a couple of combos in between. And that makes Doom extremely powerful, because you take away a lot of options opponent's AI has and you're just executing your game plan. Not to mention that also pretty much makes Doom one of the best power control champions in the game, and also an extremely versatile character that has a lot of utility in many different tricky situations. Now lastly, at the end of this fight, I'm going to showcase another kind of like cheesy method with Doom that you can use in many different situations and many different fights, especially if there is a hidden benefit of node that relies you to execute as many hits as quickly as you can. This cheese tactic quite often works for champions like Captain Marvel movie version, where every time you touch her she takes damage, or there is that armor up node where you reduce opponent's armor up with every hit that you do, and that is a quite simple thing to do. Additionally, one of Dr. Doom's awakened abilities lets you gain your own power gain buffs whenever you nullify power gain on opponent, so that basically makes Hyperion a perfect food for Dr. Doom. But here at end, we can see that Hyperion has a destructive feedback node, so I really don't want to mess with a parry at the wrong time. So what I'm simply going to do, since your level 1 will always be unblockable, you can just pretty much keep on spamming your level 1s more or less indefinitely, especially if opponent is triggering buffs here and there, because you power steal with your level 1s. Level 1s are unblockable, and yeah, you can keep on going like that for extremely long periods of time. And now that we are done with the gameplay bits, I just wanted to bring attention once again to his awakened ability. His awakened ability is not essential. It's certainly helpful, but Doom is definitely a champion that is worth awakening and or ranking up to any rarity, even if he is not duped. So yeah, even unduped, Doom is absolutely amazing champion. And awakened ability just kind of ensures that it's going to be easier for you to place shocks on opponent while your aura is active, and also that is the ability that grants you the power gain buff whenever you nullify one from your opponent. But the real ability I wanted to showcase here is his ability to resist the heavy attack and special attack last hits if you have Aura of Hathoroth active, because that can be used offensively as well. So long as you can make sure your aura is active, you can eat any like last hit of a heavy attack, or if heavy attack has only a single hit, straight in your face. It's going to hardly do any damage, plus you're going to gain the full power from it. Additionally, that can let you punish special 2 attacks that you otherwise normally wouldn't, and it is extremely versatile ability offensively and defensively, so I highly encourage people to explore it a bit more. All of that being said, hopefully this video has made it a bit more clear for you guys, I guess, how to use Dr. Doom and what are the optimal rotations. Obviously, the Dr. Doom is an extremely complex character that also has much more versatility hidden in all of those abilities that I managed to showcase in this short video. So it's up to every single one of you to go out and explore it and see what he's really capable of. But in my opinion, quite definitely the best Mystic champion in game currently, especially if you're not looking at Suicide Masteries being active. All of that being said, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya.